I really wanted to do something that would bridge the political spectrum. One of the things that I have found as I've done my own grassroots work, I've been an activist for the last 5 years, is that we actually do have more in common than we think when we actually start to talk to each other. The problem is we've been falsely pitted against each other for so long that we're afraid to talk to each other, or we're immediately angry about what we think the other person believes or wants, and frankly, a lot of times what we've been told just isn't true. So to be able to start talking to some of the authors in this book, the people who ultimately contributed to this book, was really a gift. When I started talking to people who identify on the quote-unquote left, it became really apparent that there was a ton that we had in common. We don't agree on everything, and nobody is ever going to do that. But we do have a ton in common that's really, really valuable, and it makes it great in terms of building relationships of trust and fighting for something that we all believe in, which is true education for children who should have a real future. There are some there's not a bad essay in the book. They're all really valuable and interesting, and they were all very carefully edited. All of the authors in the book agreed to very careful editing on my part that would strip away partisan rhetoric or lingo that might turn people away without having them be able to consider the ideas in the essay fully. There are some really, there's some essays that are really going to knock people's socks off, I think. They're not your typical essay. We have a really nice mix of people. We have a couple of lawyers. We have a number of educators at the college level. We have education experts like Sandra Stotsky, who is known for the work she's done on solid standards. And in addition to that, something that I think is really, really important, and that's parents. Really, really well-informed and educated parents who have been doing their research on Common Core, who see what's coming down the pike at them. Morna McDermott, who's one of the founders of United Opt-out National, which is an organization that helps parents opt their children out of the high-stakes tests, has done an absolutely stunning essay on some of the model legislation that is coming out of the American Legislative Exchange Council. And for people who identify on the right, you know, we think of the American Legislative Exchange Council, or ALEC, as a fairly conservative organization. But really what ALEC is public-private partnership. It's putting legislators and big business in the same room to develop model legislation, which can then be ported back to states for passage. And who's winning on that agenda? It's not the people, it's not kids, it's not teachers, it's big business and government. And she takes a really close look at some of these model bills that are being developed out of ALEC and how they're facilitating data mining on children and also direct marketing to children in the classroom. That's appalling stuff. And yet most people have no idea that that's going on. So there are some really, really important essays by a wide range of people from all walks of life. Anybody can pick up this book and find good, solid information on Common Core and why it's bad from just about every perspective you can think of.